मीटर एसयूवी सेगमेंट सबको बहुत पसंद आ रहा है। अच्छी खासी ग्रोथ दिख रही है इसमें और इसी ग्रोथ का फायदा उठाने के लिए किया ने सोनेट के बाद एक और प्रोडक्ट इसी सेगमेंट में लॉन्च कर दिया है और वो है किया सिरोस। अब सिरोस के बारे में आप और कुछ कहें ना कहें, इसमें आपको फीचर्स बेहतरीन मिल रहे हैं। चलिए देखते हैं इसका एक डिटेल रिव्यू।
The Kia Syros, the overall styling is something that you don't see every day. The tall boy stance coupled with the boxy proportions and yet a sub-compact footprint, something unique. And also if you look at the front end, well, there's no grille so to say, and these vertically stacked LED cubes along with the Starlight LED DRL give it that futuristic look. Side view of the Syros may remind you of the Maruti Suzuki Wagon-R. Plastic claddings on the wheel arches, they try to give you that butch appeal. The alloy design is completely new as well. So the cabin of the Kia Syros is a nice place to be in. Starting with the centerpiece, the 30-inch Trinity instrument panel that you see here. So the console behind the steering wheel, that's one part. Then you have these controls for the AC in this 5-inch patch. Then you have this wireless charger here, two cup holders which can also double up as a cubby hole, and then you have this storage space inside here and an air purifier, ventilated seats front and rear, that's right, a nice panoramic sunroof. Kia offers a total of 16 level 2 ADAS features on the Syros. So if we were to talk about the steering wheel on the Syros, well, it feels a little thin to hold, right? But the double D-cut design of the steering wheel is something that I really like. So Kia says that the Syros gets best in class space in the cabin, particularly at the rear seat. The rear seat, yes, it is ventilated and it can be moved front and back, along with the fact that the backrest can be reclined. Watch this. So you have this massive recline function here. It's quite comfy. Being a tall boy design, there's enough headroom right here, and there's decent space between my knees and the backrest of the seat, right? You have two cup holders and an armrest too. The Syros gets two engine options, a 1-liter turbo petrol and a 1.5-liter diesel engine. The turbo petrol gets either a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed DCT, while the diesel gets a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed automatic. Alright, so right now we are driving the 1-liter turbo petrol engine variant of the Syros with the 7-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox option, right? When you take off from standstill in the Syros, so you feel this pronounced lag. The build up, the way the momentum builds, it's slightly slow, and once you hit 2500 rpm 3000 rpm, that's when the power starts coming in, right? The mid-range is quite strong and there's decent shove in the engine as well. So in that sense, yes, the Syros is fun to drive, but the initial pickup is slightly slow. And if we were to talk about the handling of the Kia Syros, well, it is a city car. The steering feels very soft. Tune of the suspension, if it would have been slightly firmer. So right now it's a little too soft for my liking if you're going over bad patches of road. So that's not a very good feeling to have. We expect the prices of Kia Syros to start just below 10 lakh rupees and go up to 17 lakh rupees for the top spec fully loaded variant. Kia has received over 10,000 bookings with 60% of them for petrol variants. The practicality, the features, the comfort and the performance as well, it has solid potential to create a dent in the sales of the Kia Sonet. The features inside are from a segment above.
द NDTV ऑटो शो में आप सबका एक बार फिर से स्वागत है। भारत मोबिलिटी ग्लोबल एक्सपो 2025 को हम लगातार कवर करते आ रहे हैं, लेकिन वहाँ पर बहुत सारे इंटरेस्टिंग प्रोडक्ट्स थे और हमने कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग बातचीत भी की, तो कुछ और डिटेल्स वहाँ से लेकर आ रहे हैं आपके लिए। I'm talking to a very interesting company, a company that can be responsible for EV penetration's increased growth in India, and that's Charzone, and they have another brand called Billion E. We will talk all about it with its founder, Mr. Kartikeya Hariyani. Thank you so much, Kartikeya, for joining us today.
Thank you, Mukta.
Now, first of all, tell me, we understand Charzone. Charzone is spreading infrastructure, EV charging infrastructure in the country, but what is Billion E?
So Billion E is India's first ever e-mobility as a service platform for electric trucks. couple of years ago, when we got up on one data point for our country, the top 51 cities of India have more than 100 million vehicles. Less than 5% are trucks, and they consume 40% of diesel every day. We believe that was the first problem to be solved for. Therefore, Billion E today solves decarbonization for mid-mile logistics in the country.
So now I want to ask you that right now, how much investment are you making into developing this infrastructure?
Yeah. So currently, we are on a capex cycle of 500 crores that we started in 2023, and let's put it that way: one charging station a day is equal to 1 crore of capex every day. So with our very enterprising team of 300 people that we are currently building the network, and it's not about just setting up charging station. It's also important that we focus on the uptime, the availability of the charging station. Therefore, you'll find an equal importance of setting up charging station as much as the availability and reliability part of the EV charging station for our customers.
So you must be having a lot of data with you now on charging on charging patterns. What is your data telling you? What is it that people prefer? The commercial vehicle suppliers are different from personal vehicle users.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what is that data telling you?
No, I think this is one of the most amazing questions being asked today morning. Yeah. So the data is interesting. Though it's too early, as you know, EV industry has just started, and this Bharat Mobility Show today in Jan 2025 is a showcase of what's the future is going to look like. Well, today we are pretty excited about the equal opportunity both in personal mobility and commercial mobility. As much as the personal mobility or the personal EV car owners are delighted to use Charge.on network as well as our competitors' network as well. But it's a commercial mobility which we believe will be the game changer. Our money is on commercial mobility. There is a simple data point to share. An electric car will consume 20 units per charging station. An electric truck will consume more than 100 units per charging station. So I think at the end of the day, these large machines are gas guzzlers, or they will consume more energy, which is quite obvious. And therefore, the commercial mobility is the one that will drive the adoption of EV charging business in the country.
One question that I want to ask you about commercial vehicle, that in commercial vehicle, turnaround time is very important. It's of essence because time is money for them.
Absolutely.
So, how can that time be reduced for charging?
I must say this is one of the most interesting question here, and been asked by our customers multiple times. So let's put it this way. I'm sure you're a car lover, hence you are here at Bharat Mobility Show today. You always preferred a diesel engine versus petrol. The reason was the torque, the pickup, the acceleration. But if I tell you that an electric vehicle has a far superior acceleration than even a diesel engine, well, that sounds music to the ears.
Yeah.
Well, when we started deploying electric trucks along with our Charge.on network, we found there are two outcomes that came up. Yes, there are pit stops being taken by electric cars or electric trucks, electric buses for EV charging. Well, that got equalized or substantiated by the pickup and acceleration, but less fatigue. An electric vehicle, they call it, is a gasket on wheels. There is a less heat, less vibration, therefore less fatigue. And therefore, yes, an electric truck driver or his stat will be compensated by the pit stop he needs, which is not the case in case of diesel. The advantage of EV are enormous. It is not just about zero emissions, not about and helping you to reach your sustainability goals, but it's also about the cockpit. The guy in the cockpit who has been extremely impressed by the very experience of driving an EV, and therefore the TAT is either the same as diesel or even better.
So when you are providing energy as a service, who are your major clients?
Well, when we started in 2019, we started with actually Blue Smart with our first customer in April 2019, followed by Ashok Leyland, and we developed India's first ever electric bus charging station for the city of Ahmedabad for Ashok Leyland, which is now Switch Mobility for their electric buses. Since then, we added all the automotive OEMs as our key partners, including Hyundai, Tata EV, Audi, Mercedes-Benz, and so on. And having said that, if you talk about the customers, well, there are more than 150,000 customers who use our charging stations every month. Yeah. Today, the population of electric car is, though it's very small, it's just 300,000 cars on the roads, but more than half of them have used our charging station at least once since they bought the car. Yeah.
You know, when we get the data of personal vehicles, the data clearly suggests people prefer charging at home. But that's not the case with commercial vehicles. So do you think this charging infrastructure should be more tuned towards commercial vehicle infrastructure?
Absolutely.
Commercial vehicles requirements?
Absolutely. This charger station you see here
Yeah.
is for commercial vehicles.
Yeah.
These are super fast chargers ranging from 180 kilowatt to 240 kilowatt, and they charge this truck in less than 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And therefore, yes, a personal mobility or personal car has an advantage of home charging. A commercial vehicle does not have one, and therefore, the importance of high speeds or supercharging infrastructure cannot be understated anymore.
Yeah.
And it's no longer a chicken egg story. Charging infra comes first.
Okay, when we talk about charging stations, one problem that people often face is a problem of congestion. They are going somewhere, suppose a truck is going from point A to point B, there are 3 charging points, but he needs to recharge, there are already 2 trucks plugged in. So how are you trying to solve that problem?
Yeah, I think that day is yet to come in, because the population population of the vehicles is gradually increasing. But there is something called trip planner. While driving a diesel or a petrol vehicle, you never thought. It was always a very impromptu decision. You drove your vehicle out of your home to a destination. But yes, in case of EV, one has to plan. But in commercial, thankfully, it is driven by their schedules, the kind of timetable thing, right? And the schedules here for electric trucks is when truck driver, we call them truck captains, when they get onto the cockpit, well, they only have to press a start button, and the trip planner is completely designated for them. Their pit stop is assigned, and the intervals of charging are also completely defined. Even his masala dosa is prepared. So we have bought the technology, which we have not spoken so far. And before even don't want to really overstate the importance of technology, but like every other business is technology driven or enabled. At Hariyani or a charge zone, we are fundamentally technology driven, and the enablement of or placing the technology right in the right process, in the right function is so important out here. So we bought a feature called auto charge. So when a driver or even an EV owner plugs in the charger to the vehicle, well, you just have to press one button, and from his wallet, the payment is carried out and the charging is commenced. So it is just a one-step or two-step function where the charging experience is amazingly to the superior level or meets his expectations.
And smooth. Okay. So are you partnering with some, say, hospitality industry so that you have a rest and leisure area for your clients who are coming to charge their vehicles?
Many customers do ask us, do we have amenities?
Yeah.
Well, since 2019, Charge Zone has set up charging stations where there are food zones. In other words, the amenities are very, very different, and therefore, I'm happy to say you will never find a Charge Zone charging station without any amenity. It's always a default.
Okay.
It may not show on our app, but you can trust us. A charging station is co-located with various hospitality partners, Marriott being one of the largest partners to us. We have more than 100 Marriott properties where we have set up charging stations all over India, plus hotels like Hyatt, Novotel, and so on, as much as various restaurants or even dhabas on the highways, where a customer or a EV owner or EV driver can take a 20-minute pit stop.
So by the end of this year, by the end of 2025, how many charge zone stations will be around in the country?
Absolutely. We are targeting now, so we already have now close to 3,000 locations, 3,000 stations, at close to 1,000 locations. And this is translated to roughly 5,200 plus points. But by end of 2025 calendar year, we shall be crossing at least 5,000 stations and at least 1,500 locations in the country.
Okay, and also on investment, what is your structure right now? Are you going to raise some more funds? What's your plan on
Absolutely.
that?
At Charge Zone, we have been backed by Macquarie Capital and BII. They are two marquee investors globally in the climate and energy transition space. And in Hariyani, we have just got an interesting term sheet for more than few $100 million. But I think we'll be releasing the good news very soon.
All right, Mr. Kartikeya. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Alright, so we are here with the Farrato Defy 22. Now, Farrato was earlier called Kartikeya Mobility. It has been rebranded, and this is the first scooter launched priced at 99,999 rupees. And yes, it has been launched in India, and it is a stylish scooter. It gets a 2.2 kilowatt hour battery with a range of 80 kilometers under ICAT rules, It has a top speed of 70 kilometers per hour, and yes, it also gets a 7-inch screen right here, touch screen. It has controls for music, video, photos, and you have settings as well. This is the nice contemporary layout that you see here, and the overall design of the scooter, it's quite nice. And yes, this is the first launch for 2025 from Farrato, and they promise that there will be more launches to come this year.
Hello and welcome to NDTV Auto. What you see on your screen is the D-Max, the very popular pickup from Isuzu, but this one specifically is a little different. What you see here is the D-Max EV concept, और ये शायद फ्यूचर में बन सकती है टोयोटा हाइलक्स EV की प्राइम राइवल। अब देखिए, इसे ग्लोबली शोकेस किया गया था पिछले साल, लेकिन नाउ इट हैज़ कम टू इंडिया। इस कॉन्सेप्ट मॉडल को इंडिया में भी रखा गया है एट द ऑटो एक्सपो। तो चलिए कुछ चीज़ें आपको दिखाते हैं, बताते हैं कि क्या है खास, कितना रेंज, कितना बैटरी और क्या परफॉर्मेंस हम इससे एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं। ऑब्वियसली इसूजू पिकअप ट्रक 4x4 आपको ज़रूर मिलेगा, इलेक्ट्रिक होने के बावजूद ऑल टाइम 4x4 विद दिस मॉड्यूल आपको मिल जाएगा। अगर डिज़ाइन की बात करें तो ऑलमोस्ट वैसा ही है। द फ्रंट एंड इज़ लिटिल डिफरेंट, ये ब्लू शेड से आप पता लगा सकते हैं। दिस इज़ अ इलेक्ट्रिक एंड ग्रिल मस्क्यूलर एलिमेंट्स आपको दिख जाएंगे इसूजू वाले, बट दीज ब्लू एलिमेंट्स दे डिनोट इट्स एन इलेक्ट्रिक कार एंड इट्स मोर क्लोज्ड ऑफ, बहुत ज़्यादा कूलिंग की ज़रूरत नहीं है। तो द ग्रिल लुक्स क्वाइट कॉम्पैक्ट, एकदम क्लोज्ड ऑफ ग्रिल। यहाँ पे कुछ डिज़ाइन एलिमेंट्स ज़रूर अलग है, द लाइट्स लुक स्लाइटली डिफरेंट। ओवरऑल वही आपको प्रेजेंस मिल जाएगा। हाईवे टेरेन टायर्स, दीज लुक रियली नाइस। एलॉयज, ओवरऑल लंबाई, चौड़ाई या फिर इसका जो बेड एरिया है, इसमें कोई चेंजेस नहीं है। गाड़ी के अंदर क्या कुछ है वो नहीं दिखा सकते हैं आपको, लेकिन बाहर से गाड़ी वैसी ही लगती है। वही आपको लाइट सेटअप पीछे की ओर मिल जाएगा। इनफैक्ट पीछे का जो लेटरिंग है वो भी सेम ही है। यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं इसूजू D-Max की जो बैज है वो एक्चुअली ईवी के साथ कोई डिस्टिंक्शन है नहीं। अगर कुछ फीचर्स की बात करें तो यहाँ पे आपको जो बैटरी मॉड्यूल मिल जाता है वो लगभग यहाँ पे 66.4 किलोवाट आवर का है, माफ़ कीजिए 66.9 किलोवाट आवर का है। लिथियम आयन बैटरी यहाँ पे मिल जाएगा। और मोटर की जब बात करते हैं, यहाँ पे डुअल मोटर सेटअप दिया गया है जो कॉम्बिनेशन में 130 किलोवाट और 325 न्यूटन मीटर का पीक टॉर्क बना सकता है। मैक्सिमम स्पीड ये पिकअप इलेक्ट्रिक वर्जन में छू सकती है 130 किलोमीटर प्रति घंटे की रफ्तार। और इसका जो मैक्सिमम पेलोड है, पीछे आप सामान लाद के कैरियर लेके अगर चलना चाहते हैं तो 1000 किलो तक का पेलोड आपको इस D-Max EV कॉन्सेप्ट में दिख जाएगा। और ऑब्वियसली हम देखते हैं इसूजू में टोइंग एक बहुत ही बड़ा फंडा रहता है, और यहाँ पे टो की बात करें तो 3.5 टन तक ये इलेक्ट्रिक टो कर सकती है। अब देखिए, बहुत कुछ अंडर डेवलपमेंट है क्योंकि इस गाड़ी को अभी भी डेवलप किया जा रहा है। शायद यूरोपियन मार्केट्स में इस साल के अंत तक आ जाए ये गाड़ी। और रेंज कहीं भी अनुमान लगाया जा रहा है लगभग 300 किलोमीटर तक का आपको मिल जाएगा जब ये लॉन्च होती है। और इसे इस वक्त शोकेस पे रखा गया है इन इंडिया। कुछ महीनों पहले इसे कुछ साउथ ईस्ट एशियन कंट्रीज़ में दिखाया गया था। इट हैज़ फाइनली मेड इट्स इंडिया शोकेस एट द ग्लोबल ऑटो एक्सपो इन न्यू दिल्ली।
आई होप आपको आज का शो पसंद आया। आप अपना फीडबैक हमें दे सकते हैं NDTV ऑटो के YouTube चैनल पर, उसे सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलिएगा। और हमारे साथ जुड़िए अपने फेवरेट सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म पर, हम सभी प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर मौजूद हैं। अगले हफ्ते फिर मुलाकात होगी, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय।